at that house. It's cool. It sounds crazy for Pewaukee, $1 million, but if this was somewhere else, I mean, this is a cool house. What's crazy is that this trailer park is a block away from the $1 million house, and I want to know how much it costs to live here. I could live in a trailer. How much do you think it costs? Are any of these for sale? Or are these trailers, because they're by the lake, the same price as my house? Just a little block of little tiny houses. I always think, you know, I would give up my house and just live in a trailer, and then I didn't have to worry about money. So I'm going to call them and see. I'm just curious. Do you call it a house or trailer? We got a machine. That's the one. This is the block. See, all the houses are closer together, so they're not as much money, but they have like a little bar here. This is what I meant. See, you're on the hill and you have a great view of the water, but you're not paying for lakefront property. You could still have a boat and you don't have to worry about your house falling into the lake. That happened a couple years ago. I love this one. If you have an iPhone, it's one of the funnest things to do is use the Zillow app, and you just press current location and it tells you the value of any house. This is such a small house, but it's such a cool block. $187,000 for this little house. You can't even buy an apartment in New York for $187,000. And the taxes are, if you buy a 2-bedroom apartment in Queens, the maintenance per month on that is going to be about $1,000 at least on top of your mortgage. If you want to live in Wisconsin, you can live right off of a lake for $187,000. Look at how cute this is. The first time I saw this, I actually was obsessed with it for a while. I fell in love with this little area, which is so close to my house, and I wish I knew it existed before I moved here, because I can't just sell my house and buy another one. So on that side, it's actually the houses, there's one for $180,000, but these are around $500,000-$600,000 for the houses that actually have lakefront property. And on this side, the most expensive one I see in the little radius that I am is $234,000. These are all cheaper than my house. I want one of these. Don't you want one too, Chuck? Look at this cute little one too. See? But that one's on the water, so that one's going to be out of our price range. Maybe not out of yours, but out of mine. But this is the one that I love right here, because they have this huge deck. I'm sure from up there they can have a perfect view of the lake. It's $467. So that one, the one across the street, $464,000. But all of these are in the $200,000 range. This is so cool. I love this house. If you own a house, you know that feeling when you know that you find that house that you fall in love with. It's almost like falling in love with a person. I've owned 2 now. No, I've owned 3. I'm on my 3rd house. Every time, especially this last one, you just kind of fall in love and you have to have that house. I know it's not a good way to buy, but I fall in love and I have to have it. That's what happened with every house that I got. Not my Las Vegas house. When I moved to Las Vegas, there were so many people buying houses in Las Vegas at that time that you were lucky to see a house listed and it not be sold by the time you went to go look at it. Now it's much different actually in Las Vegas. You can buy any house you want probably for $250,000, which is why I'm probably moving back there. But don't say anything to anybody yet. But hoping to probably move back to Las Vegas in the next couple of years. This is the block. There's dogs barking. We should probably go because it is such a quiet block. One of the things I loved about Las Vegas is for 5 years that I lived there, I felt like I was on vacation the whole time, even though I was working my butt off selling art, and that's before the economy went to shit, and I was churning out art every week and selling everything I made. And was my point? But I felt like I was on vacation all the time, and I feel like that's how I would feel here. And that's a good feeling. When you work from home, the pool contributed to that feeling, but also the weather coming from New York where there are 4 seasons, and then living in Las Vegas where it was so nice out all the time. Here it's beautiful right now because it's like 80 degrees out, but in the winter this will all be covered with snow and you won't even see the lake. Maybe it's not my first choice, but I would take it over where I live. Don't tell my house that. My doggy knows I'm home, so I have to hurry, but just wanted to show you my area, and this is my house, so I'm home, and I'm gonna say goodbye. It's a lot different than New York. A lot different, but it's beautiful. It looks like mountains, but it's trees. Very quiet, and I'm here for 3 years, and I just can't get used to it, you know? So if you want to buy this house, call me.